Hello, my name is Taylor Masterson, and I'm the athletic director at Bluebird High School. And I'm going to be presenting my end of the year athletic report for the 2016 and 2017 school year. As you can see, I have laid it out in a pretty easy way to see, just so it's organized and we can go through it pretty quickly. Our school has 6 sports. We are a small school, we're class 1. Um, Men's basketball, we have 3 coaches. Women's basketball, 3 coaches. All of our sports have 3 coaches, minus football, who has 1 head and coach and 3 assistants, and volleyball, which just has 1 head coach and 1 assistant coach. The starting number of participants for men's basketball was 14 for varsity and 12 for JV, and it ended the same. For women's basketball, it was 14 varsity and 12 players for JV, and it also ended with the same amount. For baseball varsity, we just have 1 team. They had 25 players to begin with and ended also with 25. For football, the varsity had 31 athletes and ended with 31. The JV had 24 athletes and ended with 24. The softball team had 24 athletes on varsity, and that's the only team we have for softball, and they ended with 24. And volleyball, they had a varsity and JV, both have 12 players, and they both ended with 12 players. That is an upgrade from last year. We had good numbers across the board, but we ended with lower numbers due to academic issues or just attitude issues that were no longer accepted on our team. Our records across the board were okay. We had some that got better and some that got worse. Our men's basketball team ended with a 10-18 season that is worse than last year. They had a 14-14 season last year. Our women's basketball team ended 14-14. Baseball ended 11-16. Football 7-3, which is a huge upgrade from last year's 1-9. Softball ended with 16-11. They ended up third in the conference. And volleyball ended up 12-9, which is an upgrade from last year. Overall, we had a good representation for a small school for all state and all academic awards. We had Trey Stu, who was all state in men's basketball, and Tyler Wasp had all academic awards for the men's basketball team. For women's basketball, we had Kendra Lowe and Macy Hall, all state, and then all American. Well, all academic were Macy Hall and Sammy Sampson. Baseball, all state was Don Fields, Mike Ray, and Max Prax. And all academic was Max Prax, Mike Ray, and Sam Stye. For football, all state, we had Brian Court, Jake Red, and Tim Laws. All academic, Wesley Now and Brad Timmer. All state was Katarina Liu, Jade Mort. All academic for softball was Kat White, Marie Les, and Sarah Masters. For volleyball, all state, we had Whitney Gott, Taylor Shep, and all academic for volleyball, we had Taylor Shep and Andrea Bale. For our equipment and supplies inventory, I have the coaches go through that at the end of the year. The football team has 40 balls and 6 dummies. Baseball has 120 balls, 30 helmets. Basketball, 20 balls for both teams. Softball, 120 balls and 30 helmets. And volleyball has 2 nets and 60 balls. The equipment needs, the basketball team both need 5 new basketballs each. Baseball is going to use 50 new balls as well as softball. Football just needs 2 new dummies, and then the volleyball team needs 1 net and 10 balls. So our biggest expenses there will be the net and then the 2 dummies for football. Everything else won't make a huge dent in our budget. For the uniforms, our teams are all caught up on uniforms. The men's basketball and women's basketballs both have 30 green and 30 white uniforms. Baseball has 30 green and 30 white along with softball. Football has 70 green and 70 white, and volleyball has 30 green, 30 white, and 5 black for the libero position. Our school goes on a rotation of every year 2 teams will get a new set of uniforms provided by the Booster Club. This year it is the women's and men's basketball team's turn to get 30 new green uniforms each. We have great news about our budget this year. Our athletic budget was $130,000 this year, and as an athletic department, we managed to stay under budget. We totally spent $127,673. This is the first time in 4 years that we've managed to stay under our athletic budget. In 2012 and 2013, we had unexpected flooding and mold issues in some of our athletic facilities. Insurance was fortunately able to cover some of the damage costs, but a lot of the money had to be taken out of our athletic budget that we did not originally plan to be taken out of. Therefore, we went over budget in our 2012 and 2013 year and had to play catch up the following 2 years. We managed to stay under budget this year by requiring each team to participate in some type of fundraising event. That money covered a lot of their travel expenses if they wanted to go to tournaments that were not fit into the budget originally, so it saved us some money. Our coaching and staff needs. The women's basketball coach, Bob Joy, will be retiring this year. We will be posting the job opening on April 1st and then start conducting interviews by May 1st, and the new coach will be hired by May 10th. No other coaching needs or staff members for the athletic department will be needed at this moment. Professional development. The school board has approved our request for an additional $300 per team for approved professional development opportunities. And finally, this upcoming year, the Booster Club will be getting both the men's and women's basketball teams new green uniforms, and progress is continuing to be made to raise money for the weight room upgrade. The summer of 2018 is the scheduled construction year.